recorded it.
Magic.
In a perfect world, every backlit display lightbox used for illuminating posters and promotional messages would be able to deliver a perfectly uniform brightness from one corner to the other. But in reality, light intensity always varies to some degree across any surface, even a lightbox or backlit menu board. So the next question is, how do we get the light to be the most uniform within a reasonable budget? Well, here are 7 tips to help you make your lightboxes deliver the best possible diffusion. First, there's the artwork. Does your graphic have a solid pale background, or is there a lot of variation in color and shapes? The more variety of color and/or contrast you can build into your artwork, the more forgiving it will be of variations in light intensity. Look at these artworks. Notice how this one does a better job of hiding the lamp variations. Of course, we're not expecting you to redesign your entire artwork just for diffusion, but it's a good trick to know. Tip number 2. Check the diffusive properties of your lightbox materials to ensure optimal performance. For example, the white lens in one lightbox may deliver more or less light diffusion than another. Also, the thickness of the lens can vary as well, and generally, thicker lenses yield slightly better diffusion for new lightboxes. Of course, you can ask about these options before you buy, but for existing lightboxes, they may or may not be upgradable depending on the model. Tip number 3. Lamp tape. Well, actually, this should probably be tip number 2.5 because lamp tape is only used for fluorescent light boxes, even though more and more customers are switching to LED. Anyway, if you're ordering a fluorescent light box, some models offer the option of added lamp tape. Some light box suppliers, even offer it by the roll for customers who want to add it to their existing light boxes. Tip number 4. Be sure to use graphic print film that is specifically designed for backlit display. Transparent film, regular paper, and other non-backlit media are not designed to evenly scatter the light source, but true backlit film comes with its own diffusive property, which helps smooth out the brightness. Alright, so that's 4 down and 3 to go. But before we move forward, let me just add a little disclaimer here. These next few tips are for new lightboxes only, just because it's difficult and cost prohibitive to apply them to an already existing lightbox, as you'll see. I mean, we could be like a new car salesman and try to get you to spring for a whole new set of lightboxes, but we're not like that. So on to tip number 5, display size. Most people aren't aware of this, but smaller lightboxes generally diffuse light better than larger lightboxes. The reason is there's more light bouncing around at various angles before it fades away. Again, we're not expecting you to redesign your entire lightbox plan or to redesign your lightboxes to be smaller, but it's a good point to keep in mind. And now we're up to number 6. Let's talk about lamp density. As you can guess, the closer together your lamps are, the less chance there is of visible shadowing in between them. This is true for both LED and fluorescent lightboxes. The lamp density thing also applies not only to direct backlit lightboxes, where the lamps are positioned behind the Duratrans film, but also for edge-lit lightboxes, as you can see here. And your lightbox supplier can help you determine which models have higher lamp density. And now for tip number 7, which is probably our favorite around here, cabinet depth. For a backlit display lightbox, as you can imagine, the deeper the cabinet, the better the light diffusion. As a matter of fact, of all of the tips we've discussed so far, it's fair to say that increased cabinet depth is the most effective way, by a long shot, of achieving uniform diffusion in a lightbox. Another way to look at it is simply distance, because the farther the lamps are from the graphic face, the more uniform the light intensity. And at the risk of stating the obvious, if you're looking at edge-lit lightboxes like this one here, the cabinet depth factor doesn't really apply because the lamps aren't positioned behind your graphic film. And that's it for our 7 tips. But there's one more twist to the diffusion question, and that's your decision between direct backlit or edge-lit lamping. And we have another video on that subject here. Thank you for watching.